Oh, hey guys, so you're in my new tank and today I'm gonna make you a little tour of the tank. Let's go. So we can talk a lot about this tank because there is a lot of stuff to say. I always said never a life plan in my tank. Only idiots don't change their opinion. So I got a photos in there basically, bought a ball in there. If you're not really into UV and the news, this is pretty much a UV light. This is the Luminize UV light, basically from Arcadia. I'm trying it out. It is an intelligent system, you know. Here is the computer, I think, or there it was, I don't know, but you get the idea. That you can program basically the strength of the light. So, you know, for example, I'm gonna make you a little tour on my smartphone when I'm talking right now, so you can see. So you have, for example, you can choose the hours. There's a couple preset modes. So these preset modes can be used really well. You can use it if you want. You have with you know 0 to 100%. You can go 100% all the time. You can go manually changing whenever you want, or you can preset your own mode, which is what I did for this winter. Your own mode, and then for summer I'm gonna make another one. Basically, that's what I'm going to do, and that's pretty much it. So you're gonna see that in there. So that stuff is, you know, automatized basically. You know, it's automatic. You know, it goes on and off with a flow of going from 0 to 100% to back to 0 basically in the matter of 9 hours or 8 hours at when I'm talking right now. 9 hours, I think. 9 hours or 10 hours now basically. So that's gonna make, you know, that's what it makes it so cool. I'm gonna make a little review on the Luminize stuff, even though it's now a couple years or at least a year that it's out. But this is going to be my true experience since I'm not sponsored. So yeah. So next step is of your tank, you need a heat source. I went from the most basic for the most basic heat source you can ever imagine, which is a halogene lamp. Why is that a halogene lamp? Because halogene lamps are, in my opinion, number one when it comes to being heat source. Break it. It has everything you need in your, like it's our infrared A, infrared B. You know, it has all those wavelengths that when you'll go with your hand in there, basically, you know, the snakes goes. Here is in this cave, I have a cave in there, so if she wants to go hot, she can. But basically, when you go with that, you know, here it's gonna stay warm. You're gonna stay warm. Your hand's gonna stay warmer, basically. So the reptile is gonna stay warmer than, let's say, with a serum heat emitter, which is IRC type of heat emitter, basically. You know, as are your heat mats and heat panels and heat cables. So for me, that's the best. It's also automatized with a smart plug, programmed it for when we are filming now. For from 9 to 6:30 or some shit like that, but you get the idea basically, you know, or 9:30. Yeah, you get the idea basically, you know. So I have a shorter period of you know, light and heat because it needs that way. It is that way, you know, because we're in the winter right now when I'm filming. Basically, this is it. I have, you know, since that tank is 80 centimeters, you can see 80 centimeters high, I've put platforms there too. Here is more for having a basking zone, and there just if she wants to go high up, then she can go high up basically. You know, I've put branches. As I said in the other video, I had to change my branches because vine, grapewood, looks like grapewood is not working very well with my substrate, original substrate basically. Substrate is so cool that the grapewoods are lame in there. So I had to change the branches and I changed the substrate to avoid any problems, basically, to be sure. And so I added that, which is basically almost reptile bark but smaller. wanted to try that out a little more, basically, again. Yeah, and I got these branches, these night branches, so she has a UV basking spot here, which is not a heat spot. She can heat her ear, she can heat here, basically, you know, and that. I have both those in there that I have now since November 2024. It grew a fucking lot. That's pretty much it. And I have a fake one here, you know, I have also a fake plant because basically I don't want that shit to be, you know, all over the place. I'm gonna trim it a little bit so I can put them a little bit everywhere. And hopefully the ball python's not gonna break it, but basically, yeah, that's it. So I wanted black hides, but there is no black hides anymore that I could find of that size, so I go with the green hides. And see the pothos is a neon green plant. I'm not gonna complain about it, basically, you know. So that's pretty much it, I think, what we can say in that. So yeah, we have the cork bark here, basically cork bark here. I might add a couple when I have to get rid of the cage because it's gonna be too small at some point for her, even though right now, as you can see, it's there's plenty of space in there for her, so I'm good with that. So that's pretty much it. If you want to know, yes, it's 9 cage tank, basically. And that's pretty much it, I think I can say about that tank, because there's not that much to say, basically, you know. So this is my type of go-to. Basically, this became my go-to when it comes to arboreal and semi-arboreal species, basically. So what you see now with the albino Darwins, you know, this is gonna be just temporarily, because they're going to go in such a stuff like that, you know, basically, because that's what I want to go in. And that's what I want to show to people, basically, because I like it first. I think it's far more natural for carpet pythons to be able to climb a little more higher than basically 50 centimeters. Yeah. And maybe, you know, with time going, you know, I might go get her a even bigger cage. We're gonna see how it works, but I don't want to go in that subject because I don't know what the future is going to look like, but you get the idea, right? So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Don't forget USARC, don't forget RK, don't forget Responsible Reptile Keeper, as I said, you know, RK basically. Join Brooklyn's Pets group. Don't forget me on Instagram, AodaReptile, and I hope to see you on the next one. Let's go.